Hello, everybody. Welcome to another session of Ask the Experts. It's a pleasure for me to welcome you if you are live and already a friend of mine assisting this events. If this is your first time, more than welcome. And if you are watching this as a recording, well, thank you very much for dedicating your time to hear this. For those of you who are live, as usual, you have the question option in the panel. Please feel free to ask or comment over there during the presentation. I will try to keep an eye on that panel, and if not, at the end, I will certainly do my best to answer all your questions right there. So today we're going to talk about tips for managing your DNA kits. My name is Daniel Horowitz. I am the genealogy expert at MyHeritage, working here since 2006, happily ever after. I'm not only giving lectures and webinars like this, but I'm also in charge of being in contact with societies, bloggers, and media. I was dedicated to genealogy since in 1986, and during that time I also was the teacher and study guide editor of the Family History Project Searching for My Roots. And today I am also volunteering in crowdsourced digitization and transcriptions with the Israel Genealogy Research Association. Yes, I know you like my new picture, and that is definitely one of my favorite places. Okay, so let's go right into matters with the first tip that I have for you to better manage your DNA matches, and it is to filter those matches. How can you do that? Well, you have your matches listed under DNA matches. I had to prepare this presentation, making sure that no names are real, because MyHeritage takes pride on keeping your information private, and all the DNA is about real individuals. So in this case, I have one match. I hope you have more than that as well. And your list of matches can be filtered with some criteria. The first one will be the details on the tree, being the first, the theory of family relativity. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But yes, MyHeritage just released new theories, or refresh the theories of family relativities that we have calculated for you. Hopefully you receive new ones as well. But also, if there is a smart match between you and your DNA match, or share surnames and places, or even if he has a family tree, all these are characteristics and things that will help you better analyze the match and know how exactly are you related. The other option on the filters that I will suggest you is by extended family, by your relationship. Close family members are probably those that open the mouth for you, with the condition that you will not bother them ever. Extended family are those not too close but not too far, and very possible to understand how you're related with a good family tree. Distant relatives probably is the rest of the world where you're sharing very little DNA with those individuals. Another thing that you can do is sort your matches. You can sort it by the amount of DNA that you're sharing, the amount of segments, or the largest segment, or even full names. But what I do every Sunday, as soon as I receive that email from MyHeritage telling me that I have new matches, is I come here and I sort my matches by the most recent, and I take a look at all of those tagged with the new icon on the match. You can always search by name, and this could be either any name or surname in the match, or as a common surnames between you and the other person as well. My second tip has to be to review your matches, but paying special attention to a few details. So before we go in deep into this, I will check my estimate relationship. This is what MyHeritage thinks according to the amount of DNA that you share, what relationship is that you're sharing with this person. If you click the question sign right there, you will see this relationship in a chart, and it's going to be much easier for you to understand how you are related to the person. The other thing that you should be taking in account is the shared DNA, the amount of DNA that you share, the amount of segments that you have with the other person, and what is the largest segment, because the larger the segment, the more close relationship you have with the other person. The more DNA you share with the other person, the closer you are with the other person. So what I am looking into here is for high numbers, both on the shared DNA and the amount of segments, and as well as the largest segment. The next suggestion will be to use the note section. Here you can actually type any message, any conclusions. I know a lot of people are using this even with emoticons and some icons over there, and they will also show in the auto cluster, which we will talk about that in just a few more minutes. And then you have a summary down here of what this match looks like to you. MyHeritage will tell you if you have a theory of family relativity. And yes, good news. MyHeritage just released a new batch of theories, hopefully for you as well. We calculated this based on some information from a couple of weeks ago, but by now you should have new theories waiting for you. MyHeritage will also tell you about ancestral surnames and places, and this could bring you like clues which branch this match is coming from, or if you have smart matches, definitely this is the branch that you are related with the other person. So once you have reviewed all this, then you can really go in deep into this huge page that MyHeritage has for you in order to review the DNA match in detail. So if you have seen everything out here and you agree with everything, let's jump right into it. And the first thing you're going to see is my theory of relativity. Well, in this case, it's Randy's theory because I still don't have a theory of my own. But you can see here how Randy goes up into his family tree. MyHeritage finds a connection with a common ancestor and goes down to another family tree with his fourth cousin. And yes, this is very good. This is very helpful, but not enough both for Randy and for me. We are hardcore genealogists. We want to see the full theory. We want to see everything. And MyHeritage gives you that opportunity here without any problem. You can see how the theory jumps between records and family trees and other records until you get to the other person. Because this is based on family trees, some of the connections may be wrong, but the thing for sure that you can count on it is the DNA match. That is also why MyHeritage may find more than one theory to connect you with your cousin, and even in one theory we will find more than one path, and that path can jump between different family trees or different records at different individuals. So be attentive and just go over all the possibilities. And remember, all these are theories. Those are possibilities. Nobody said that they must be exactly like that. That is up to you. The next section I will recommend to put a little bit of emphasis on it is the share DNA matches. And this is, yes, a paid feature. You will need to have a subscription on MyHeritage in order to see more than the first one. And this will remind you also another word that probably you heard, triangulation. And this is why we're saying that this makes a triangle between a match between me and Andrea, and then both have a match with Brian or with my mother and Andrea's mother. Now, why this is so important? Because this will guide me on the branches of the family tree where we are related. So if my mother is a common match between me and Andrea, that means my mother branch is the one where Andrea is connected with me. And if Andrea tested her mother or somebody from her mother's side, she will know that it's also from her mother's side. So we have here already a lot of information. Now, just to point out something here on the right side, these buttons here will take you to a tool that we're going to talk in just one more minute about the Chromosome Browser. The next section will be the pedigree or the family tree between you and the other person, and the idea is to compare both family trees and being able to find that common ancestor that gave the DNA to both of you. So this is a paid feature as well, but hopefully you will be able to use this to find the branch and the right person in the tree. I already mentioned it, so let's talk in deep about the Chromosome Browser. And this is a tool that you will find under our DNA menu, DNA tools. It's right here, the Chromosome Browser. And the huge advantage of this is that this Chromosome Browser will actually allow you to pick up to 7 individuals that you have matched with them. You will see a list of all your matches down there. And if any you're looking for doesn't appear over there, just look by the name and it will show up. What the Chromosome Browser is doing actually is putting in a visual form the snippets or the parts of the DNA, the segments of the DNA that you all match together. Remember, we talked about this when we said about the quality of the match. Of course, that at any point in time, you can add or remove people from this, and hopefully at the end, you will be able to pinpoint the segments that you have in common with a bunch of people, and all that means that whoever has this segment is coming through the same branch and is sharing the same common ancestor. So as you see, it's a combination of all the tools that will help you doing the research. Okay. And then at the bottom, we also have some numbers if you like to go by the snippets and the amounts and looked everything out there. Now, my 4 recommendation has to be the auto cluster. Also under the DNA tools is probably my favorite tool in the box because it will run out of the website and it will be sent to you by an email with a bunch other files. Like you will have a PDF, you will have a CSV, and you will have an HTML file. And this is the file, the graphic file that we are going to open in order to see the groups that MyHeritage created with your matches. And here is where comes the trick, because I can take any group and I can see who belongs to that group, and you can see that I have a bunch of my singers family and some lady over there that has a descendant, and I noticed that by the last names, and of course you will see the full names of everybody, but I had to privatize this, of course. And I recognize all these people coming from my same branch. That is why they are all related one to the other, and that is why MyHeritage puts them in the same cluster, meaning that the people I don't recognize, Schumann and Morphy in this case, they have to be related to me through this Singer line as well. If I go down, I have here also the numbers, the segments, and very important also, the amount of people in the tree. Yes, you can imagine that all those individuals with 7,717 people in the tree, they're all in my tree. And then Schumann and Murphy with much lower numbers, they have each their own family tree, and we'll keep trying to find how we are related. The next tip, 5, contact your matches. Yes, right from here, you have the option to contact any person, but also if we go back to the page where we show you the different matches, the DNA matches, you will have here an option to contact the individual. If you're lucky enough, you will find 2 people to contact right there. One will be definitely the administrator, the person that manage this DNA sample without any problem. And if the donor, in this case Brian, accepted also to be part of the research and to have a MyHeritage account and answer questions, you also will be able to contact him. Now, my suggestion here is, who should you be contact? Of course, the answer is both, because you never know who is going to answer first. You never know who is going to actually have the answer that you are looking for. So review your matches, review who you can contact, and contact them right away. Now, all the contact is going to happen inside the MyHeritage inbox, and you can get there from every page. On the top right corner, you will see an envelope, and you will see here emails coming in and out. You will get a copy or an alert of this email coming into MyHeritage inbox to your regular inbox. But in order to keep privacy and secrecy with email addresses, we manage everything here until if you decide to put the email address, yours email address, in the body of the message, the other person will never get your address as well. I see here a couple of questions, and okay, I will address them in just 1 second. Karen is writing, did he say he will contact the administrator or the taster first? Yeah, no, what I said is, yeah, message both the tester and the administrator. And I have a bonus for you as my suggestions to manage your DNAs, and is definitely to take a test. Not only you, but other family members that you know, that you can use to triangulate people from your mother's side, people from your father's side. That will be the best to be able to manage your DNA the best. And MyHeritage offers you very good prices on that. But if you already have done a test with another company, well, okay, yeah, that's possible as well. And I'm not going to say anything about that, but you have a huge advantage because MyHeritage will allow you to upload those DNA tests into MyHeritage and get the same exact results as if you will have a MyHeritage test. So you should go into any of those companies' websites, and you can download the digital file from them, upload into MyHeritage, and that will help you get matches and get everything that you want. Now, a few announcements before I open the floor to the questions I am seeing here in the panel. The first one is just a reminder that MyHeritage opened all the US yearbook collection for free until May 23. But not only we open it for free, we also apply our recent technology in color. So now you're going to see yourself and other family members in brilliant colors in those yearbooks. So go to myheritage.com/yearbooks and revive those moments and enjoy your family memories in bright colors until May 23. Also, this week we released an update on our theory of family relativity. So if you have done a DNA test, or if you have a DNA test with MyHeritage, you have a family tree up there, chances are hopefully we got you new theories. So review them and learn more about your matches. We are keeping doing this as the experts. I am enjoying very much, and I hope that you are as well. We decided to have one page, one URL that I already put in the chat, so you can follow the next ones coming up during the month of May, and I already started working on the plan for June. But keep me posted, let me know. We have a survey afterwards. I would love to hear more about other subjects you want to hear. So every Tuesday and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, you're more than welcome to join me. And if you need more, we have more for you at the knowledge base. The education.myheritage.com is the place where we are uploading some of the recordings of these sessions if you want to go and see them again, or if you have missed one of the past ones. We also have here webinars, we also have articles, we have how-to videos, we have downloadable resources, we have everything what you need to be a better genealogist and to take the most out of MyHeritage. You're more than welcome also to follow me, like me, or simply read me in social media, where I try to be very active and keeping people updated with what is coming on MyHeritage recently and releasing. So just do whatever the social network will require, follow, like, copy, whatever, and hope that you can get a communication with me through there. Okay, so I will thank you very much for being here. You have been a wonderful audience. I see a lot of questions already here in the question panel. So let me start addressing a few of them. Irene is asking, I manage my parents' DNA and brother's DNA. Since I have theirs, which value to be, oh, do I need to make a test on myself? No, Irene, actually, you don't. If you already have your parents, if you already have your brother, that will give you both matches with each of the branches, and you will be able to triangulate with other matches and find out if this is your father or your mother's side. So good for you. Sue is saying, I uploaded Ancestry DNA to MyHeritage. Good. Is there a difference of doing a MyHeritage DNA test? Well, not really, Sue, because your DNA will not change, and the digital file also will not change if it's coming from another company or if you tested with MyHeritage. So just enjoy and keep doing the research on the matches. Okay, Russ is saying, my tree on MyHeritage was originally from a GEDCOM file. I have 6 DNA tests linked to it. Since created in 2018, I have added several hundreds of people on my main software. At some point, it seems that I should refresh my tree on MyHeritage. Any suggestions? Well, yes, the first one, don't do it. Well, at least until you hear the full answer. Because if you delete a tree where you have DNA kits associated to them, you will lose that association and you will end with a bunch of kids that you have no idea, you will not have idea who they belong to. So before you do anything with the tree, just go under DNA and you will find an option over there to manage those DNAs, and either do a screenshot or just type down the names and the codes of each of those DNA kits so you will know which kit belongs to who. Once you are completely sure that you know the ID of the kit and who it belongs to, then you can delete your family tree and upload a new one. Now, taking account that all the smart matches, all the record matches, everything is going to be created for you from scratch, because unfortunately MyHeritage will not be able to merge this tree with the one you already have. Once you have done that, you will need to attach those DNA kits to, or assign the DNA kits to the people in the tree, and you can do that as well from the DNA Manage page. On the right side, you will find 3 dots over there, and there is a how-to video also, how to manage the DNA kits in your website, and only then you will be able to reproduce what you have now. I will suggest you to start using after that MyHeritage as your main repository, and then export the GEDCOM from MyHeritage to whatever other platform you are using. Okay, now I am seeing here also Ben saying, I used to have a theory of family relativity, now it's gone. Anything I can do about that? Well, Ben, unfortunately, no. And probably the reason for that is exactly what Ross is asking. Because if somebody else deleted the tree, then the theory disappeared. So this is another problem that you will face if you or somebody else delete a family tree. Does the auto cluster change dynamically as new people tested results are received, is asking Ben. And yes, Ben, every Sunday as you get new matches and you generate or regenerate this auto cluster, you will have new clusters with new people in, and you will be able to see how they are connected to you. Okay, Sandy is saying, note that anything you put in the notes for a match will show up in the auto cluster, and it will help to ID the clusters. Sandy is using emojis. Yes, Sandy, that is a very good tip. I always love to hear and learn from our users. How do I figure out if somebody is from the father side of the mother side if there is no smart matches or theories or anything else, is asking Nurit. So, well, Nurit, the only way will be to have another test from a relative that you know, that can come either from your mother's side or your father's side, or even you can extend that to relative from your grandparents' side, and then use the triangulation. And whatever common matches you have between you and that person that you know, it will lead you to the amount, the branch that the person is coming. I am going a little bit behind here the time, but I know that you have a lot of questions and I don't want to leave a lot, at least not a lot of questions in the air. Linda is asking, among the new matches, can I filter them by level of confidence to exclude the low confidence matches? Linda, unfortunately, no. But if you filter and sort those by the amount of DNA, obviously the more DNA, the more confident we will be on the estimation, or the lower amount of matches, the lower the confidence. So that is a way of knowing or filtering that the matches by that. Judith has a question not related to DNA, but still valid. Can I separate my family tree for myself and my husband on MyHeritage? Yes, Judy, of course you can. You can have multiple trees in one website. You can have multiple websites under the same account, or you and your husband can have each one a different account with a different website and a different family tree. I will, as a genealogist, will not recommend you to do that because mostly all the descendants are going to be the same, so you're going to end having a lot of duplicate information there, but still you could do that. Bridget is asking, how do I download my DNA from Ancestry? Well, that's a question Ancestry should be answering. I don't know exactly, Bridget, but I do know that you can go into Ancestry or any other websites for that matter and look for export or download, and you should be able to download the digital file. And Bridget also wants to know how it compares MyHeritage to Ancestry DNA. Well, we have more DNAs from European people. We have different tools. We have a different database, and not everybody that tested with Ancestry also tested with MyHeritage and or upload their results to us. And Mark is writing here. Oh, thank you very much, Mark. Mark is saying yes, and I totally agree with him. Ancestry has a larger database. Yes, we recognize that, but less tools. They don't have a chromosome browser. They don't show the largest segments. They don't have an auto cluster. So yeah, you need to use probably both, but it's free and you can upload your DNA to MyHeritage, so why not doing that? Okay, guys, we're a little bit late on our schedule, but I wanted to answer all the questions. Definitely, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. I thank you all for being such a wonderful audience. I look forward to see you on our next session. And please stay safe, stay indoors a little bit more, and take your time to do some genealogy. Okay, so have a wonderful day. Goodbye, everybody.